Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Real Deal podcast. I'm joined today by
Julie.
and I'm Isaac. And today we are talking about the Game Awards. A
Yay.
little late. A little late. There were some other things on the pod I wanted to talk about first, but I very much was anticipating this. I've been out of the game for a while, though. I'm not exactly the biggest gamer. I play a lot of Fortnite and Resident Evil 4.
Me, I paused my game to be here. So,
Awesome. Well, where do you want to start? You want to start off with, the obvious one. Expedition 33 won everything.
sweep.
Be easier to name the things they didn't win.
Yeah, no. Like the record holder, too, I think. Was it 7, 8 rewards?
Yeah. So in case you don't know, could you explain what Expedition 33 is for us?
I haven't played it a ton, but from my understanding, it's a turn-based fighting game made by the French.
The French?
Yeah, they at the Game Awards they all wore your
French.
stereotypical the French hat, the beret, and the
flag?
black and white striped shirt. So they've been really leaning into the French jokes and stuff, but
Like the developers have?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they were all dressed up there in a row. And from my understanding, the gameplay is very turn-based.
Like Final Fantasy. But you
Yeah.
can still move around as an individual character. It's just
Yeah.
whenever you fight, it becomes a turn-based.
Yeah,
thing.
it's and I think a lot of people giving it sung their praises because it had a parry mechanic and a dodge mechanic.
Supposedly the story's pretty good from what I've heard.
Yeah, I heard a lot.
They
of good
won
things
Best
about it.
Narrative.
Best narrative, best everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of my basic understanding of it. I have no animosity towards the game personally. A lot of people were mad, but everyone's mad at every Game Award winner every year.
Yeah,
So
no
I'm
matter what. Remember Astrobot won one year, and that was after years of people being like, I want a 3D platformer to win. And then as soon as Astrobot won, they were like, why did Astrobot
Not that one,
win?
not that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, that's my experience with it. Expedition 33, supposedly made with Unreal Engine.
Yeah, it was.
We can talk about that a bit. It's not. I know. I understand the hate for it. I don't like the way it looks a lot of the times. It goes for it kind of strips away any kind of not creativity. What's it
It
called?
strips away any
Style?
sort of it. I think it's very limiting towards being able to
Portray style and portray vibrancy.
hone in any sort of unique style because one, a lot of the aspects of it are there's a lot of shader issues and stuff that causes a lot of performance stuff issues. Even in the Halo remake that's coming out this year
that use Unreal Engine.
Yeah, that in the gameplay, they had a 13-minute gameplay thing, and that was super choppy, and you could see all these lighting bugs and stuff. So you're very limited, just because of the resources it takes, but also because I think Unreal Engine 5 definitely presents itself as main focus being realism. The way they announced it was this Matrix demo, and it was all about look how realistic we can make these things look, and look at all the technology that's going into it and stuff. And it's not a bad engine, I would say, but it's you have to do a lot to have it run good, and it's very focused in on realism.
It kind of reminds me of AI and the AI debate, but it's not AI.
It's
not the moral issues aren't really there,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still kind of this is from an aesthetic standpoint. This is kind of lame.
Yeah, and the reason why we see so many devs using it is because it's accessible.
It's quick
free.
and easy. It's easy to learn supposedly.
Yeah, it's free.
It's free. You see big budgets and really small budgets use it, and they kind of make similar products at the end of the day.
Yeah.
The only difference is there's less people on the smaller projects, so it ends up looking slightly not as realistic, but it's still they look about the same.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we can move on to other games. Player's choice, Wuthering Waves. I looked at this a bit. It looks kind of like a anime game.
Yeah, it's a gacha game, I think.
Yeah.
I heard it's a rumor. I never really.
Do you want to
saw
explain
it.
what a gacha game is for the? Because I barely get it.
It's really there's a lot of ways to look at it, but generally the thing is you gamble for characters and gamble for items and stuff.
But that's not the whole game in and of itself. That's just an aspect of the game.
Yeah, but that is that's
way they
the
make money.
defining that's any consistent link between them. It's that aspect usually. But a lot of them are usually anime. I think all of them are. I think one of the most popular ones that came out last year was Uma Musume. the like horse game,
Yeah.
and so I don't know. A lot of it is like it's kind of just like spending to get things. That's like my basic understanding.
Yeah, so it's
I don't play them
basically
either.
basically getting kids into gambling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you call would you call Counter Strike what's it got gotcha game?
Yeah. I say it as a game that has gotcha mechanics, but I wouldn't say it's a gotcha game just purely because you're only spinning for skins. You're not spinning for items
Right.
that would like directly make.
Make you better at the
Yeah.
game. Yeah. Okay, I see. Yeah. So I mean, you had a theory about Wuthering Waves, or you heard a rumor.
I heard like apparently the developers are like, oh, if you vote for us in Player Choice at the Game Awards, we'll give you like 10 free
I
spins.
think I
or
forgot to
something
mention
like
it one player's choice. I think we just started talking about Wuthering Waves.
Yeah.
It just sounded like we started talking about Wuthering Waves for no reason.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it won player's choice at the Game Awards, which means it was the fan favorite.
that. Yeah, but
Which I don't know how they vote on it otherwise.
I think it's just volume of like how many people vote, and so
Yeah.
they like were like. "Do
Well, I
this
don't know
with
how they
awards."
vote on Game of the Year, or how they make those decisions.
It's, from my
They're
understanding,
not very. I don't think they're as clear as the Oscars are about how they do it.
No, because it's like partially player vote, and like I think they look at like both their own enjoyment of the game and also probably how successful it was
Yeah.
financially, and also probably how people were talking about it. I don't think it's like as what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of people like to think it's like, oh, they're like brain dead and don't understand the process, but that's just because
Yeah.
they're mad. I don't think it's like necessarily brain dead, but like it is like a lot of people do feel like underrepresented in that process, which what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Moving on to best adaptation, Last of Us Season 2.
Yeah.
I mean, there weren't that many video game adaptations in 2025. I'm gonna look some stuff up real quick. Video game adaptations 2025. No, that's not true. There was Fallout Season 2, but I believe that came out. It ended after,
Yeah,
so they
so-
couldn't count it. It ended in 2026.
We got that Mario Galaxy announcement.
Minecraft movie came out last year.
Minecraft movie. That's right.
Should that have won over Last of Us Season 2? I think if you're thinking about accuracy, if that's what they're basing it off of, Last of Us Season 2
Oh
clears.
yeah. Minecraft.
Yeah, not even close. I don't know.
Was it?
I have problems with Last of Us Season 2, but most of my problems only exist because I took the show seriously.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Minecraft, I'm not like... Minecraft and FNAF, I'm not like attacking for specific plot moments because they're just like silly. They're just
It's
dumb.
just fun that they exist.
Yeah,
It's like that type
Last of
of
Us
thing.
Season 2 like does ask you to take it seriously and to think about plot moments and to think about character motivations and all those things.
Yep.
FNAF 2 and my Minecraft movie are just like whatever. It's just cool that they exist.
Yeah, they're just like,
Yeah.
I'm happy to like see. I'm happy to see video game get adaptations that are at least like somewhat.
Accurate, except for
'cause-
what was it? What was it called that came out this year? Oh, the Until Dawn.
Until Dawn. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even remotely close, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think anyone saw that.
I always think of the '90s Mario movie. That was like live action.
Yeah,
It's really funny.
I need to watch that movie.
It's like really funny. It's bizarre. I haven't seen it, but I've seen like a synopsis of it.
There's
like
a part where Bowser makes the World Trade Center disappear.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I forgot he does that.
Anyways, back to the... Where is it? I missed it. Okay, there it is. Yeah, we can go over real quick everything Expedition 33 won.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
So they won Game of the Year. They won Best Independent Game, Best Narrative, Best Role Playing, and then Best Debut Indie Game. I wrote down, when I was first writing this, I accidentally wrote down Battlefield 6. No, that's Baldur's Gate. my
Art
bad.
Direction.
Art Direction, Expedition 33. And I believe that's it, yeah.
Yeah. I think the one I've seen the most fuss about, like everyone fuss about everything.
Yeah.
About it, because But like the one I've seen the most fuss about was independent game.
Independent game, because Battlefield 6 should have won?
Yeah. Like specifically independent and debut indie, because they the developers actually, there's like an old Reddit post where they were making like I think a casting call.
Yeah.
And they described themselves as a AA game.
Mm-hmm.
but then they wind up marketing themselves later as
indie. Okay.
And a lot of people were like, this shouldn't be considered indie because of this reason.
Because they have enough money to maybe I guess I see it. But
It-
is it their first debut game?
That
company?
studio, that's their first game.
But the people from it came from other companies.
Yeah,
I believe.
yeah. I think it's like the people who founded it were like ex Ubisoft.
Yeah, so it's hard to argue that it's an indie.
Yeah.
They also have more experience and they have ways to get money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But from my understanding, like a lot of the people who, like the more grunt work and like a lot of the team were like relatively newer devs. So
Right. Okay.
I don't know. I think it does.
So it's questionable.
Yeah, it does raise an interesting question about like what falls under the category of indie because like obviously you think independent, it's an independent developer, but like then it's like does the scale and scope of the game factor into whether it's indie or not? Does like how successfully they pull off like what's the word? I'm trying to think. It's like I can't think of it at the moment, but like big concepts.
Yeah.
Like how does that disqualify it? Like I don't know. It's interesting.
The multiplayer game of the year is a game I never heard of, Arc Raiders.
Yeah, I haven't played it, but
It's kind of like PUBG, but you also fight NPCs. That's my understanding.
So, have you ever played do you know what Escape from Tarkov is?
No.
So, Escape from Tarkov is kind of like the father of like what we call the extraction shooter genre.
Mm-hmm.
The whole idea is you jump into like this big map.
So kind of like Helldivers too.
Yeah, kinda, but like it's mainly like the whole idea is that you go up in this map, you go into these buildings, you like grab like random items that are worth a certain amount of money, or you grab like guns and stuff, and then you are meant to extract. If you fail to do so, if you die, you lose all the stuff you had on.
Okay.
And Arc Raiders is that formula, but like with robots.
Okay.
Having NPC enemies is like a staple of that genre. Tarkov has them.
But you're still fighting against other.
Yeah,
players.
there's other players, but it's like it's not like Battle Royale where you're required to kill them. Like if you don't kill them, it's teaming and it's against the rules. Like you can like see another player, have a little chat with them, and go your separate ways if you want, and that's totally fine. That's acceptable. That's kind of what I think draws a lot of people to that. Is like it's a lot more.
Is this kind of like
dynamic.
DayZ? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like there's an actual like objective.
Okay.
As opposed to like DayZ where you're just kind of in a open world building it, whatever.
Okay.
Building a base,
Yeah.
establishing
Whatever
something.
happens in DayZ.
Yeah. I don't go to those depths.
Say, what else is there? Oh, Action Adventure went to Hollow Knight Silksong. I haven't played this game. Have you played this game?
I played the first one. It's pretty good. I haven't gotten around to the second to Silksong, but I'm more shocked it didn't win more.
Yeah,
like
because that's like all I remember people talking about when it came out.
That was like the most.
People would not stop talking about that game, and I had no idea what it was.
Yeah, it's like one of the most anticipated games ever. Like there was a joke.
I feel like there's, I don't know. I feel like action and action adventure game is really like why are they two different awards?
I don't know.
Because action went to Hades too. We can talk about that later. And then action adventure went to Hollow Knight Silksong.
I think action adventure is its own separate genre from action. Action is just like an action game, and whereas action adventure is like it's the mix of both of those activities where they both like serve each other.
Okay.
Whereas like action is like that's the main focus. That's my guess.
I feel like genre-wise, Hollow Knight and Hades are pretty similar games. Like you're mostly fighting the whole time.
Yeah, Hollow Knight is.
I understand different art style, different gameplay and stuff like that, but
Hades is what is referred to as a roguelike, which is like the whole idea is it's kind of like a dungeon crawler where you're going through like these different floors, and then when you die, you restart from the beginning, and you lose all the items you grab on that run. And the whole idea is you're supposed to like make it to the end.
But that's not a different genre. That doesn't make it a different genre from action. I don't know. I feel like that's a weird thing to split, especially since there aren't that many genre-based awards.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a best horror game. There's not a best.
I wonder if it's just like
There's not a best shooter. There's not a best. Like, it's just very weird that those two are split up.
Yeah, you make a good point. I'm assuming action. Like I think they like funnel like the different, like all those genres into like a broad overview, because like it's just easier to do that. The road show is already like 3 hours long.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I find it weird those are two different
I
awards.
get you.
But I'll talk about, speaking of the winner for best action game, Hades 2.
Mm-hmm.
Have you played that one?
I played Hades 1. I'm poor, so I don't play a lot of new games.
Same here.
But Hades 2, everybody I've talked to sings their praises about it. I really liked Hades 1. So I imagine 2 is also good.
Is it where he goes to Olympus this time?
I don't know. I know, like, the first one he's escaping from hell.
Yeah.
The second one, you're a girl.
Second one, you're a girl?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Never
that.
mind.
Lame.
I was going to say something else, but they made it woke. That's what I was going to say.
They made it woke. Thinking about audio design went to Battlefield 6. I feel like that is pretty deserved.
Yeah,
they've always been good audio design.
Man, yeah. I think back at Battlefield 1. Oh, man.
Like,
I love that game.
Mm-hmm, that has great audio design. Like, even if they don't even change it that much, that's always something Battlefield's excelled at.
Yeah.
Is the audio design for the guns and the...
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's deserved. It's incredible for an indie game, too.
Yeah.
Content Creator of the Year, Moist Critical.
I don't know.
I don't think he even accepted that award, or he wasn't even there.
No, he wasn't there, but he was watching the...
He was like, what?
And he was just like, are you really... Like, he did it, Gary. He was like, are you serious? I think he didn't want it. And he was very like...
That's so...
Really? Like, it's going to be. Are you
Why
serious?
me?
Yeah, that was basically his reaction. It was really funny.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know who else I would give it to. I mean, I think Most Critical is funny, but, like, he's not doing anything crazy. You know what I mean?
Not anymore. I feel like he's kind of, like, not, like, in the main
like, he just...
anymore.
Yeah, he just, like, looks at a video and talks about it. That's his main thing. And it's, like... It's funny, and it's, like, fun entertainment, but it's nothing, like... He's not putting that much crazy effort. I mean, I think even he would say this.
Yeah,
He's not putting that much effort into, like, his editing or anything like that.
He even did a video where he was like, how do I live stream? He was, like, answering the question of how he edits his live stream highlights so quickly, and he says he just goes to where the waveforms are, cuts them in. next clip. Like, that's all he does.
So when he's the loudest?
Yeah.
Basically. Okay, next is, I think this is funny. I think every award show should do this anticipated game.
Yeah.
GTA 6. It's like, I can see it.
Nothing else was going to win that.
I'm more excited for Lego Batman, personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, GTA 6.
My thing with GTA 6 is I don't have an Xbox or a PlayStation 5 to play it, and it's not going to come out on PC until like at least 2 years after the game.
Yeah.
So it just is what it is.
I still have PS4.
Yeah.
So
I got a Steam Deck recently, which is pretty worth. But
nice. Family game, Donkey Kong Bonanza.
That's fair. I've seen gameplay of it.
It looks fun, yeah.
It's really cute.
It does kind of look like Mario Odyssey, but for Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I think it's made by the same team.
Yeah.
Nintendo has like multiple dev teams.
Okay, I think we've talked a bit about the awards. I think we covered about as much as we should.
Yeah.
Before we should talk about some of the trailers that we liked.
Yeah.
So there were 2 Star Wars games that I thought looked kind of cool.
Yeah, the
Galactic Racer and Fate of the Republic.
Yeah, and
Fate of the Old Republic.
Yeah, I know that's being spearheaded by the guy who did Knights of the Old Republic, which is that old
really?
one, that old like RPG that
I looked it up.
really
It's
liked.
Arcanate Studio, and this is their debut project. But I think what it is like people who did the Knights of the Old Republic.
It's being led by the same person.
Which I don't know if. And a while back they announced a remake of Knights of the Old Republic. I don't know if they're just transitioning it to this.
It might have fell through.
This might just be a remake of that game or a retelling. I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe. I think it's a new entry, but
okay.
I think that's probably happened was like that project probably fell through.
What do you think is like, are they gonna do Darth Revan stuff and like Old Republic stuff, like Darth Bane stuff,
Probably.
or is
I
it?
think they did in Knights of the Old Republic.
What?
And I think they did do that in Knights of the
I know they did
Republic.
I know they did that. That's where all that stuff comes from. But are they doing that in Fate of the Old Republic? Like, are they bringing back those characters, or is it just a different story
I don't
in
know.
not in the universe, I guess, in the timeline of Fate of the Old Republic?
In the galaxy. Yeah, I don't know.
Am I-
I really don't.
It might be like the end of the Old Republic. I don't know how exactly. I'm not too
Is this
good at
Fate
my...
of? I mean, if it's Fate of the Old Republic, that does kind of sound like accurate.
Like towards the end of it, but I don't know how exactly. Like I'm good Star Wars lore wise from like the movies
Yeah.
and like the surrounding material, like the Clone Wars and stuff. But when it comes to stuff that happened before Phantom Menace, I have no idea.
Yeah. Same.
Anyways, so I'm pretty excited for Fate of the Old Republic, but I'm also excited for Galactic Racer. It's made by the same company that did. It's Criterion Games. They did the early Burnout games.
Yeah.
The Burnout Paradise games.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
like
that's
I don't
cool.
know. I think they're probably gonna. It looks like a Mario Kart clone, but I think it would be cool if it was like an open world, like kind of Burnout thing, where you just drive anywhere and do races like Forza Horizon.
Wasn't the early Burnout games the one that had the Obama election advertisement on it? I can't remember.
Maybe.
There was an old racing game.
Were they
from
like
the 360
were they
era.
were they 100? They were supporting Obama in that game.
Like it just had like his election because a lot of old 360 games they like kind of they were like first figuring out how to sneak advertising in the games and stuff, and one of them was like they had like a whole like dynamic system where like billboards would show real life ads based on like where you are and shit like, stuff, and it's like
It's fine. We can fix it. Yeah. But yeah, that'd be cool if Galactic Racer was more like the Burnout series rather than a Mario Kart clone.
Yeah. I hope so.
I know you're not excited for this, but I think this looks kind of cool. The new 007 game.
Oh yeah. It's I don't know. Like I saw the trailer from it.
Well,
and
the trailer at the Game Awards was really bad.
Yeah. But
did
the
not-
new one was like I don't know. I just kind of look at it and my like this kind of looks like Uncharted.
Have you seen any of? It's a little bit. I think it's a mix between Uncharted and Hitman.
Yeah.
So there's some portions that are like, I guess on rails, but some portions are like Hitman where you can go out and do whatever you want.
I'm just glad we got gameplay because
Yeah.
we never do anymore.
Well,
like,
you know it's
game trailers and
made by the
stuff.
same company that did Hitman.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's the same studio.
Okay, so it'll be good because like
Yeah.
I like Hitman. So
It is. I also wrote down there were 3 samurai games back to back for the trailers.
everyone, there's so many memes about that. I couldn't even tell you anything about.
I
them
know.
'cause
One of
don't-
them was Phantom Zero, and I think that one looked the most interesting.
Mhm.
But the other ones were just kind of
I think-
samurai slop.
Yeah, yes, everyone's love. I think everyone's getting already. very
Yeah, there's way too
tired of
many.
that
There's already way too many samurai games
right now.
right now. Yeah, especially recently. Control Resonant. Are you familiar with the Control series at all?
I know it's part of. It's like
Alan Wake.
Alan Wake, but I haven't played them. But I've seen.
It's
a lot of
kind of
gameplay.
like Stranger Things, but like
Yeah.
but like better written.
Yeah. Well, that's not hard to achieve.
Yeah, you play as a character with telekinetic powers, and you're a part of this agency that investigates strange happenings. So that's basically what it is. But they're making a new one, and it looks really good. It looks like because the first game mostly all takes place in this one building, and in the second game like something escapes, and now it's like out in the city. So it's like Resident Evil 1 to Resident Evil 2
Ooh,
kind of
cool.
thing.
That's cool.
Speaking of Resident Evil, Leon's coming back.
Yeah, I know.
Is the Game Awards where they officially announced that?
Yes,
it is.
was.
Okay, yeah, that was cool.
Because they were like, we're gonna go do like the double story thing, which they haven't done in a while. And it was like you play as Ash, whatever. her
Oh,
name
is it a double story where you can
Yeah,
at the very
it's-
beginning you choose?
Yeah.
I thought it was just going to switch back and
RE2.
forth between.
Maybe it does, but I
wouldn't be surprised if it does that because the gameplay of both looks so wildly different.
Yeah, like I interpreted it as like they're doing the RE2 thing where you play as Leon or you can play as
okay.
what's her name. You can play as Leon in this game, and then you play as that one person who I can't
Ashley.
remember, but has the most Resident Evil like
Ashcroft?
character name, Ashcroft, something like that.
Something
That is a Resident Evil.
She's
name.
related to one of the characters from Code Veronica.
I can't remember.
But yeah, I forget her name off the top of my head. But Code Veronica is the one Resident Evil game I've never touched. I know that one involves like cloning and a bunch of like weird scientific experiments. Well, they all do, but
Yeah.
this one like cloning specifically. But yeah, Resident Evil 9, you see him like suplex people. You see him like crush people's heads in. It's awesome.
It's really cool.
Which I feel like,
What are you gonna
in comparison to the other campaign, where you're just sneaking around and it's more like the newer games, I feel like most people are gonna have more fun with Leon.
Well, yeah, I mean it's Leon. He's the fan favorite. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that they're kind of like bringing it back because like with the Ethan Winters stuff from 7 and 8, it's like it's good, but like felt very disconnected. Besides Chris Redfield being there,
I felt like there wasn't much story going on, which there
Yeah.
isn't much. Like the most tightest of like stories they had was when everything that happened in Raccoon City.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
1, 2, 3, and
yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
7 kind of more existed as like a reestablishing the franchise as a horror franchise and
Yeah.
not as like the action adventure thing that blockbuster thing that 6 was. And then 8 was kind of like, okay, we can go into the wackiness a bit more, but also still like
We still have a little bit of silly,
yeah.
which you can see they kind of did that with. They brought remake a 4, and I think I don't think there's really much silly stuff going on in 9.
It doesn't look like it. I
No.
like that the 9's kind of going back to like the old grungy, like early
Well, they're going back to
style.
they're going back to Raccoon City.
Yeah,
That's the big thing.
but I love that like the stylistically like they're going back to like the old grungy like 2000 style like the typewriter like logos and everything and the sort of just the way the trailers are stylized themselves. I'm like, yes, give me that. I love like that old
Yeah, it
horror
does.
game.
It does
like-
seem more like classic Resident Evil than the 7th and 8th game.
Oh yeah,
Like 7th and 8th game feels very like influenced by like 2010s horror,
yeah.
where
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like Outlast and Alien Isolation and stuff like that. But then now with Resident Evil 9, it feels more like its own thing again,
yeah.
even though it still has some of those elements.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I am interested in the non-Leon Ash like side story.
Yeah, and this is the first time like Code Veronica's mattered at
Yeah.
all, because Capcom tends to pretend like that game just doesn't exist. So it's cool that they're actually bringing it back.
You wanna know what I want? I want another Resident Evil Outbreak.
Yeah, I never played those games.
They're like
That's
co-op.
It's
yeah.
like multiplayer, right?
They're really. The thing is they're really hard and they're really wonky. Like
Yeah.
and the
Well,
jank is
I'd
like
imagine
makes them really
in
fun.
a modern day one they'd be able to figure it out.
Oh yeah, I mean all their like attempts at modern multiplayer experiences though were kind of bad.
Yeah.
But that's because they were like half baked.
Umbrella Corps, yeah,
Yeah.
they weren't actually trying.
There's the RE verse one.
I would love to see a multiplayer Resident Evil 2.
Oh yeah.
Where like imagine you have to share resources
Yeah,
and like try and
yeah.
still get past. Like you could split up if you want, but it just wouldn't.
Like if I remember
Help.
correctly, Outbreak you only had 4 inventory slots between each player. So you like really were like tight on resources,
Yeah.
which made it really like fun. I didn't play it, but I've seen a lot of people
Okay,
play it.
I've
I've
seen-
seen
yeah.
like streams and stuff.
There's a lot of Resident Evil stuff. Like I've played a good portion of them, but I haven't played like the original classics.
Yeah.
I did play RE1 remake.
Oh yeah.
That's it though. New Mega Man game.
Yeah.
Have you ever played Mega Man?
No.
I've played the first. It's like one of the hardest games I've ever played. It's
Yeah.
so annoyingly hard. The first one.
Wait, I think I did on on my DS when I was younger, and I remember not getting past the first level.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
It's just
I had a
interesting.
friend who was really excited about it, but I was one of the like hopeless Half-Life 3 fans, which I knew it wasn't going to get announced there, but still.
It's just interesting. They're still continuing the same story, and it's not like a simple story either.
Really?
It's,
Okay.
yeah, it's just there's a bunch of stuff happens, and it's like super complicated, and there's no like intention of a reboot or anything. They're just continuing.
There's like, all right,
Yeah.
we could reboot it, which would probably make old heads mad.
Yeah.
Or we could just
Keep
keep
going,
going,
and like
say screw it.
no one could play it. No one who hasn't played from the first one could play it.
Yeah,
could
yeah.
understand what's going on. That's basically how I feel about it. That's why I would never. I'm also not. I don't really like that genre of games either.
Yeah.
Oh, I wrote down for 4 Loop. Do you remember 4 Loop? It's the game where they finally give you the ability to respawn in a game.
Really? Like,
Well, it's just like they just have like respawning as like a mechanic. Like as an actual mechanic, like in story.
I'm gonna be so real. I'm looking at this right now. This just looks.
It looks sloppy. It looks boring.
It looks generic, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. I
But it
remember.
is just like you actually respawn in universe.
Yeah, that's right. Helldivers was kind of like that, but they didn't like make a big point on it.
Yeah.
And then I want to talk about High Guard.
High Guard, really?
Yeah, only because I think it's the situation around it is so funny, where, like, this is a case of like, Jeff kind of like set the game up for failure because he was like, we're gonna have this be the last announcement. It was originally gonna be shadow dropped like Apex Legends was, but then they're like, and then Jeff's like, no, you gotta put it on as the last thing in the show, and they're like, okay, and that like doomed the game
Why?
because it's the last game reveal of the entire Game Awards, and that's usually saved for something like huge,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was just like a hero shooter,
Oh.
and it was like because it's a multiplayer
like
FPS.
the Titanfall hero shooter kind. Well, this is not. It's not the same. I know Apex Legends is like the same universe, and
Yeah.
this one isn't.
Yeah, but it's made by former Titanfall devs.
Yeah.
Because he said former Titanfall devs, and everyone was like Titanfall, and then it was just a hero shooter.
Yeah.
I think if the game shadow dropped, it would have been like the best. It would have had like the best chance at like actually being successful,
Mhm.
because you either have Jeff Keighley announcing at the end, which would have doomed it, or if you have it announced in the middle, then everyone would forget about it.
Yeah.
So
I feel like they should have other guests. Because who is Jeff Keighley? What has he done?
he was like a games journalist. I think one of his first stories was he was covering Half-Life 1
Mm-hmm.
before it came out, which is like Half-Life 1's like one of the like most influential shooters. But he kind of just is. He was like a gaming journalist, and then he made the Game Awards. Like I don't really
Like it was
know.
his idea, and no one stopped him.
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of how I feel about him. Like it
Yeah.
was his idea, no one stopped him, and now this is the
This-
Game Awards.
yeah.
This is what we get now.
And, like-
Because no one who was better at this did it.
I think his aim is also to like bring investors into
Yeah.
like the gaming sphere, because just the way like the awards are set up, the fact they have the Muppets every year,
Mhm.
like
He's also. I feel like they should have a rotating host.
I do agree. I think he should be there to be like, hey guys, and then be there at the end, be like, hey guys,
Yeah.
hey guys. But I think like different hosts, maybe different people in the actual industry, and not just Jeff Keighley,
Yeah.
would be better.
Because I don't feel like he doesn't have much of a screen presence.
Not really. Outside of the Game Awards, I wouldn't say so. No.
Yeah.
I remember he was, I remember he was in the Fortnite Star Wars event where they like revealed a clip from The Last Jedi.
Oh really?
Yeah, he was like there like hosting that, but that event was lame. So I don't know.
Well, we're about out of time, but before we go, is there any more games you want to talk about? Oh, the Tomb Raider games.
Oh yeah,
They look kind of cool.
I never played Tomb Raider.
Never played Tomb Raider?
Yeah.
I played the, 2014, reboot,
Mhm.
where they made it, serious.
Was that good?
Yeah, it was good, but it's just, if you want, cool, crazy stuff, like dinosaurs in your Tomb Raider game, it doesn't have that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but it's just, a very realistic, toned-down version of
Yeah.
Tomb Raider. But it's still fun. It's like Uncharted.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. Like Uncharted to me, I haven't really touched, because I just kind of look at it and then I just don't have a lot of interest for it. Third-person action games are really hard to hook me on.
Yeah.
You have to there has to be something that
For
really.
me, if it's a little too, movie-ish, I don't like it.
Yeah, oh my gosh. I know we're at the end of the time, but I could go on a rant about how I think video games should stop trying to be like movies and should do storytelling in a way that's unique to games.
Yeah.
But we could do a whole podcast on
Yeah.
that alone.
Well, I don't really have anything else that. Oh, the Lego Batman game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks cool.
That was
I'm not
cool,
gonna
yeah.
lie. I was like, I don't
It is a
know.
little disappointing that you can only play as 7 characters. They
Yeah.
revealed that.
I
You
remember-
can't play as the villains and stuff.
Yeah, because I remember the old one you could, right?
Yeah. Well, every other Lego game you could play as, they would pride themselves on having hundreds of characters,
Yeah.
and now it's just 7.
Yeah. Maybe. I bet you they're gonna release more as DLC.
Ah, that sucks.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed. That's what they're doing.
Anyways, well, do you have anything more to say about this?
No, not really.
No, I'm good too. Well, I think overall, I think the Game Awards should be restructured.
I agree.
I don't really like the way they're doing it. Then they're not very clear about how they give awards out. Oscars is stupid too, but at least they tell you what they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I overall I'm sure Expedition's a pretty good game. Expeditions 33 is a pretty good game, but I don't believe it won that many. off of
Yeah,
its
I'm
own merit.
There's really other games that I think excel more in some of the categories. Especially, a lot of people said that Kingdom Come Deliverance should have won RPG, because apparently that game's really good when it comes to the RPG elements. But
Maybe.
it is what it is. We're 2 months
Yeah.
off from this, so
Yeah, well, if you enjoyed that episode, check us out on Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, and we will see you in the next episode of the real deal. Bye bye.
Bye bye.